Hey guys, I'm Cheryl Locke with Off the Jackson. I am here talking with Kenny Earls about a program he's running for youth. So he owns this shop, as you can tell. There's cars in it, there's all kinds of tools, but he doesn't just work by himself all the time. He's gotten a group of kids where he's helping them learn about building cars, repairing cars, and things like that. And he's going to be able to tell us more about it. So where are you located?
We're in Golden Valley, Arizona, just 10 minutes from Kingman, about 30 minutes from Laughlin, Nevada, on Highway 68, Golden Valley.
Okay. And the program you run is through your shop. These are high school kids, but this is not a high school program per se.
It's not tied in with a high school. It's a program we do here, Keeping Hot Rodding Alive youth program. Find us on Facebook, Keeping Hot Rodding Alive, and click like in support of that. But yes, it's not tied in with the high school at all. It's high school age students. We do have we have two girls, well, three. One of them wasn't here today, but one of the girls is getting school credit. She's homeschooled, and she is getting school credit for our program here. I fill out papers and what she's done, what she's gone through. And so she is getting school credit for this. And then we've got boys in the program here, and a group of them, and kids that are really eager, wanting to learn and keep our hot rodding dream alive.
And so this isn't, since it isn't a high school program per se, you fund this all on your own and with donations, correct?
Out of my pocket and donations. It's a free program. I can't see leaving any kid out if they, that's why we won't charge. We're not setting a number. I've had parents ask me what's it cost to put their student in here, and I said it's nothing, and they said there's nothing free anymore. It always costs. And I said no, it's free. We went around about it, and I go, okay, if you want to put a number to it, a cost to it, it costs me. It takes me away from making my hourly pay on working on a car,
right?
Building a car to teach the student. It's because our heads are a library. One day this one's going to be gone, and I want to pass my library on. I had a guy when I was 13, 14 years old, Bob Smith, that basically took me under his wing, teaching me stuff, and I went through 4 years high school auto shop, Banning High School in California, and Bob Smith out there pulled me under his wing and helped me out and getting me going on stuff, teaching me stuff, and so basically just going on with that, teaching that. Bob's passed away now. It's real drag, great guy. Do anything for anybody. But yeah, he pulled me under and helped me along and got me going and really got my thing going in hot rods.
And so now you're taking that, and your daughter is part of this.
Yes.
And you're passing this along. And so they don't just come here and watch you work. They actually have cars of their own that they're building or working on, and they work on each other's projects. Then I assume they're helping each other on their cars, and they actually get in there and do the work.
Yes, they get in there, they get greasy. I've got one of my trucks outside that a couple of boys did the cam change on that, changing the heads out, setting up the timing chain and gears. I did not touch nothing. We go through, teach them, and they get their hands into it. And start the wrenching there. Kata, she's got a 69 Ford Ranchero, 2-barrel 351 Windsor in it. She's pulled her own intake manifold off. She's replaced the intake manifold with a 4-barrel intake, 4-barrel carburetor. She will be down tomorrow. We're going to work on some alternator and power steering brackets. She'll be reshaping some stuff there. When she got the car, it didn't have some brackets in there that need to be in their support brackets. So she will be bending some metal tomorrow and working on that, and we'll have a couple of the other kids here. We've got an intake change we got to do on this Model A here, and so they get their hands into there. I get them going into stuff. I'll kind of step back and just coach them along, and they get their hands dirty. The girls get the grease under the nails, and hey, it all washes up at the end.
That's right. And so usually they're here 2 days a week, correct?
Every Friday, and we will hit Saturdays here and there.
Okay.
And the doors are open anytime they want to come in after school. They're welcome to come in and do stuff there. So the doors are always open for them. It's their shop. It's not mine.
And the great thing is, this could be a lifelong thing. I don't care whether, if they decide to become a mechanic, a professional mechanic, or whatever it is they do, they're going to know how to take care of their automobile. They're going to know enough to make sure it's safe, whatever it is they choose to do with these skills, or take part of what they've learned and move on. And these aren't things that they can learn by a book. There is no way they can read a book. So you let them actually come in and do this. Do your customers realize that sometimes teenagers are over here working on their cars?
Yes, they do. They are familiar with that, but they know. They have confidence in the kids and myself and the guys that work for me, that they're being overseen and double checked afterwards.
Well, hey, and they probably figure it's good for them too. That way they know there's somebody else going to be able to work on their car if you're busy.
That's right. And the big one that I like to push for is the girls, to really get them going. As they get older and they've got a car, if they don't know nothing about the car, they can go into shops out there, and now they're being taken advantage of. A bad spark plug, and they're telling the whole motor's bad, and all they need is a tune-up on the car. So I want them to be able to diagnose and figure out the problems. That's something that we teach them so they can take care of themselves as they get older.
And I met two of the girls today, and let me tell you, I would feel sorry for any run-of-the-mill mechanic that tried to pull something over on either of those two, because they will probably blow them out of the water.
That's it. Rayanne, the other night, a couple nights ago, a friend of hers, just down the street from us, a couple blocks away at the park there, her car, the battery was dead. Ran the stereo, ran the battery down. So now she calls up at our place, and my daughter, Rayanne, says, "Dad, I've got it, I can handle it." And she was able to go out without any coaching or anything and jump the other car and get it going so her friend can get home. So they're learning how to take care of things like that.
There's a lot of grown adults that couldn't do that. They'd be like calling somebody, "Come tow me because my battery's dead." So even the girls are going to be able to kick butt. And personally, I think that's great. I was at SEMA this year, and I saw more women involved in the automotive industry, and it's growing like rapid. Women are getting in, and they're doing things that it used to only be men. So
yeah, and it's great seeing that. It's great to see the girls get involved with this and taking part in it.
Oh yeah, and let me tell you, one day I think women are going to take over a lot of this because they're so detail oriented. And so I hate to tell you guys, but it might not be your little world for long. So some of the things you do for fundraising, you've got shirts that you're selling so that you can help pay for parts and things that the kids need, right?
Yeah, what our shirts here, Keeping Hot Rodding Alive, youth program shirts. Profit that comes in from this goes into the program to fund field trips, different things that we may need in that area there. My students have judged now. We've been doing this. I've been doing this program here. It's been April. It'll be 2 years. They've judged 3 car shows themselves. No adults, no coaching along there. Went over some things with some of the car nuts on what to look for in cars. My kids are pretty good. We hit shows here and there, and they'll point out things that they see on a car. They judged 3 car shows there. That's where stuff like this goes to. We did a field trip to Gene Winfield's shop. He showed them a little bit on the English wheel. We got a project that we're going to be working on that Gene said he'll help out. That's great there. I took them on a field trip to Ventura Nationals. Awesome car show. And the way the funding worked there, we had somebody that donated a car, a Pontiac GTA, and said, sell it and do what you need to with the money for the kids here. So we were able to do the 2 separate field trips, the one to Gene Winfield's, and that same weekend to Aaron Valencia from the Los Angeles Children Project. And then in Labor Day weekend, we did the Ventura Nationals. So the money there covered getting some rooms and food and what we had to do for these events. So shirts, we sell shirts. That will go into our funding there to help out. Like I said, I don't charge on this, and I'm not going to charge. Now, I'll never get into that area. Continue this on, and as these kids move on, the doors are open for others, and my dreams and hopes are that, I may have a couple kids that will take on eventually when I can't do this anymore and pick up where I leave off at on keeping the dream going.
Absolutely. So we're going to link to the Facebook page so that you guys can go over there, make sure you like it, make sure you follow it, and, share what they're putting out. And trust me, there's going to be some stuff coming out shortly.
Oh, yeah.
But you're going to want to keep up on this. For one, it's a great way for you to be part of keeping hot rodding alive, seriously, and supporting a bunch of kids that really are working for what they want. And I think it's a great program. And I know from when after talking to you and I've told some friends about it, they're like, my one friend said her little grandson is just like a little toddler. And she's like, oh, I hope there's something like that when he gets older. So what you're doing here with these kids, I mean, we hear so many stories about kids getting in trouble and kids going out and doing this and doing that. And here you are, you've got this group of kids that you are donating your time and your knowledge, and it's going to improve their lives in some way. This is going to be with them forever. So I think that's just awesome. And I'm sure most of the car community would want to get behind that. And there's going to be things, like I said, coming up, and we will make sure you have an opportunity to support them in a variety of ways.
Yeah, so we got that in the shirts. We got the shirts here for sale. We got our shop shirts too, Earls Hot Rod Shop. You can find us on Facebook too, Earls Hot Rod Shop. Hit like on that. But the big one is our Keeping Hot Rodding Alive. Type that in, Keeping Hot Rodding Alive, and hit like on it. We've got a youth program below, but Keeping Hot Rodding Alive, hit like, and then you'll see the youth program there. You can follow stuff that the kids do, pictures, events that take place. And you can reach us at 928-530-1251. Phone number's on the shirt there. And support our youth. Help out in this. And I have a challenge for other businesses out there, whether it's hot rod stuff or whatever. People reach out to these kids. They're the future. And get them going, teach them some stuff. So they've got some job skills. That's the big thing. They may not all stay in this type of work, but it gives them a job skill, gives them something under their belt in case the bottom falls out of something else. They have something they can fall onto, but they're learning job skills and working with public, because they do see customers that come in that need stuff done. And
I would think that it would help, build confidence in the ability of getting to build something. When we were growing up, that's what it was. You went out with your dad or your grandfather or somebody and you built something, or with your grandmother and you may be knitting or cooking. It's that sense of, I did it with my hands.
That's it.
So
hands on.
Yep.
Hands
so
on.
You are doing an awesome job. Like I said, you guys, we're going to link to it. You're going to go follow the page, hit your likes, make sure you're sharing it, and stay tuned, because there's some really exciting stuff coming up.